Hello, I'm Daniel. I'd like to talk to you about a teaching today called the Three Essentials. The Three Essentials. Sometimes it's called the Three Essentials of Zen, but I think it applies in all meditative traditions. The Three Essentials are great faith, great doubt, and great determination. And I'm going to talk about them, and I'm going to read some verses from one of my favorite texts, which I've read from before on here, Mirror of Zen. Mirror of Zen, the classic classic guide to Buddhist practice by Master Sahn. It's a text I really like a lot, and I'm going to read you some verses from it that go into what I'm talking about, the Three Essentials. This is the most revered text in the Korean Zen tradition, and I like it a lot, and I refer to it often, and I really recommend getting it. So, I'm going to recite a couple of verses from this text, and I'm going to unpack them a little. Okay, so first, verse 13. You should meditate with total determination, like your life depends on it. Only with great determination can you penetrate great doubt. Should meditate with total determination like your life depends on it. Only with great determination can you penetrate great doubt. So the author is saying determination is what helps us get through doubt. He's saying we have to be diligent. Those who only practice a little are not likely to get very far. We have to be determined to get into our practice and stay there. If we're not determined, if we don't have a great determination, then we're going to when we start to think, oh, this isn't working, we're going to stop practicing. And we all go through those phases where we start to think, this isn't really doing anything for me. I don't believe in myself. I'm not sure if meditation even works. We all go through phases like that. And it's great determination that keeps us going, because we need to keep going. It is hard. There are many things around to discourage us, and it just takes determination. So that doubt that we're talking about, that we're trying to penetrate, is doubt in ourselves, mainly, but also doubt in the practice. Like, not only am I not good enough to do this on the one hand, but also maybe this doesn't work on the other hand. Those are the two kinds of doubt that we're wrestling with. So that's why Sahn in this text is saying we need great determination to handle our great doubt. And he goes on to say in verse 14, there are three essential things in your practice. They are great faith, great determination, and great doubt. If any of these practices are missing, it's like a table missing a leg. Again, there are three essential things in your practice. They are great faith, great determination, and great doubt. If any of these three things are missing, it's like a table missing a leg. So that he just said we need to get around our great doubt, and then he says great doubt is essential in practice, and it is. There is in all of these, I think there's a good side and a bad side. So I'm going to talk about the three essentials now. That's what this list is. Great faith, great determination, great doubt. These are called the Three Essentials of Zen practice. And by some, they are considered to be the greatest and most important virtues that we could possibly have. Great faith means a few different things, but really to me it means having faith in our mind, in our ability to recognize our true nature. In our ability to recognize our true nature. We might bring baggage to the word faith, and we probably do. So I like to think of this as faith in yourself. And some people like to use the word confidence, and I think that's really good, a really good substitute. If faith is a word you struggle with, I think we could say confidence, determination, and doubt. Confidence. We might have baggage with the word confidence too, though, right? You might think of a confident person as kind of a jerk or whatever. So we might have baggage with that too. So I don't know if there's really a good answer. But the point is, it means faith in yourself, holding on to the belief that Buddha nature is present within you, you are good enough, and just reading these stories, these Buddhist stories, and knowing that the Buddha was a man, and we can do that too because he was just a person like us. That's an aspect of faith too, just knowing, why not me? I can do this. And really believing that you can, because you can. Because when it seems impossible to keep practicing, you can. We can still get to where we need to go. We can still bring ourselves back to the cushion. We can still try. And that's what great faith is. Great doubt is it's sometimes compared to the scientific method. It means don't believe anything unless it makes sense, unless we can determine the truth for ourselves. All of our beliefs and our practices should be examined and re-examined and accepted or rejected based on our judgment and our experience. We shouldn't be doing something just because a spiritual teacher told us it works. We should be doing it because it makes sense and because we see little bits of progress in it. So, and great doubt kind of tempers our great faith, because if we don't want to have like a sort of blind faith where we aren't looking at the results of things, where we aren't seeing what's happening, and where we're sticking to things just because we were told these are the good things. We don't want that. We want great faith, but we want it to be colored by great doubt. We don't want to do things that don't work. We don't want to waste our time. And ideas that we find unhelpful should be rejected. And so we shouldn't believe things because somebody told us, or that's really important in the Zen tradition and in most Buddhist traditions actually, but especially Zen. We don't follow our religious teachers blindly. We want to check every belief against our own knowledge and experience. We need a healthy amount of skepticism. It might seem like great doubt and great faith are at odds, but the truth is we need a healthy amount of doubt to temper our faith, or to temper our confidence. We need that to help us. We don't want to be overconfident. We don't want to be blindly faithful. So we need a little bit of doubt to help us see things as they really are. So that's what great doubt is about. It's about not going overboard with our faith. It's about really seeing things as they are, really caring about seeing things as they are, rather than just being told what to see. I think the Buddha's story is really reflective of this. He saw the dominant religious practices of his day, and he didn't think they were bringing anyone any real spiritual truth. He didn't think they were doing anything. So he went in the woods and he found some weirdo spiritual teachers and studied with them too. And even with these weirdos, he still didn't really feel like he was getting a spiritual truth. He found a little bit of calming down his mind, but he didn't find any real spiritual truth. So he cast aside most of their beliefs too. And that was his great doubt. He needed great doubt to create the practice that we call Buddhism. He had a great faith in himself, and he needed a great doubt as well. So, great determination, which I talked about a little bit at the top. I'm going to talk about again now. It's our firm resolution to go forward in our practice. It's about staying on the path. It's about doing whatever we need to do to avoid getting discouraged. It's about avoiding getting lazy. It's easy to get lazy. It's about cultivating so much patience and self-discipline that we keep doing what we're doing, and we don't get swayed away from the path when it's not easy or when we're bored. It's really important to have great determination, because it's really easy to stop meditating, to stop practicing. It's really easy to just not practice. And we need determination to bring us back over and over, especially when things are hard, when we're bored. And a lot of the time, I feel like meditation is, I like to compare it to flossing, because flossing is something that we know is good for us and we know we should do, and yet we don't do it, right? At least we don't do it as often as our dentist recommends. If we're lucky, we do it sometimes. A lot of people don't do it at all, right? Meditation's the same thing. We really know that we should be doing it. We should be doing it at least a couple times a week, hopefully more. But we don't want to, so a lot of the time we don't. We just don't. We just don't want to do this thing that we know is good for us, so we just don't do it. It's the same as flossing, right? So we have to have great determination to keep coming back again and again and again, even when we really don't want to, even when we'd rather be watching Netflix, or even when we'd rather be doing something we should do, like cleaning our house. We've got to have that meditation practice as well. That is what great determination is for. That is why we really need it. It's not just great faith and great doubt, although those are really important. We have to be determined to come back to the practice, even though the practice seems really simple and it doesn't, in the greater scheme of things, it doesn't have to take up a lot of our time. We still have to be determined to do it because it's so boring. Maybe boring is not the right word, but it's so, we feel like we deserve to be entertained all the time, I think. And what meditation is not is entertaining. So we have to have determination and resolve to keep doing it again and again. When we don't want to, that's probably when we really need to. When we really find ourselves resisting a lot, it's probably when we really need it. So that was my talk on the 3 Essentials of Zen practice. Great faith, great determination, great doubt. And again, the text I read from is The Mirror of Zen. I hope that you have enjoyed this talk. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me.